Alright guys, it has been a while, but we are back at it. So we're going to be doing, what was it, 2,500 points?
Yeah.
2,500 points, Age of Fantasy, OnePageRules, and we're going to be doing Orcs. These are the new Kruleboyz that we got with some Grot allies. From the Age of Sigmar new set. So we got most of them, if not all of them, already painted up, ready to go. There's going to be a few exceptions on the board, but I'm pretty sure everybody will excuse us on that. So over here we got the Orcs, and the opponent is Eternal Wardens. As we see, he's got his units. We pretty much gotten them all painted up. We got some little bit more work going on with them, but we'll eventually get there. We're going to try them out today, though. Overall, we've been doing a lot of painting, putting together here lately. Trying to get them in between our work schedules, whatnot. You know, you always got the real life that seeps in, no matter what, into your hobby time. But hey, life is life. So we're going to begin round 1 very shortly, and then we will see how these new guys play out. Alright, both sides are set up, both sides have deployed. We will begin round 1. Alright, turn 1 is complete. We got most of the armies are just moving up. As you can see, battle lines have been advanced. We got a few little nitpicky wounds here and there. He got a couple of gobos. I got a couple of wounds on some of these shiny boys. And so far, the major fighting hadn't started yet, but it looks like maybe this turn we're going to see some charges. So overall, not too bad. Had a couple spells thrown at each other. And pretty much we're going to be running into round 2. Now he's got his angel tyrants coming in, flying next this turn. So we'll see what they do when they come in. I'm pretty sure they're going to dive bomb and try to do some assassination tactics. Because, you know, that's just my opponent's style. He likes to try to be sneaky. He fights defensively, but then he's always got that little razor blade in his shoe or something. Always stacking up on you, no matter what. But we got a bunch of gobos over here, and we got a lot of sharp pointy sticks. So we're going to see if we can't do a little stabby ourselves. So with that, we're going to go on to round 2. Alright, so we are at the end of round 2. We've had some major fighting on the battle lines this time around. We got a couple of unit deletions. We got a break on my left, I should say my right flank, his left flank. Over here with the Orcs. All I can say is brute Orcs on a charge with scary shields and a shaman is very, very nice. Very, very nice. Over here, this side is pretty much going to try to get rolled up. He's got a good, strong center. I'm trying to make an effort more or less into the center line. We got this side right here is kind of crumpled a little bit, but he can still pull it out. The gobos really ain't much of a match for his guys. It's the brute Orcs that are doing the most damage. And then he's got his angel tyrants over here mopping up the backfield. So I also got some units that ran away, which that's typical with Orcs and Goblins. You're going to have some that just flat out say, leg it! Live again to fight another day! There'll probably be lunch back at the camp, but you know, hey, gobos do. So overall, we are going to begin turn 3. Round 3, excuse me. I keep saying turns. So Looks like it's going to be wrapped up right here. We'll try to go ahead and wrap it up maybe next turn. It might be more decisive than we think. It all depends on what all happens. So we will go on to round 3. Alright, into round 3. The hyenas are surrounding the pack. We got the angels over here in the background. They pretty much mopped up this flank. We've got right flank is pretty much busted up. His left flank has all but crumbled. We got my warlord on his big old dog. Come on, focus. 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 There we go. Okay, cell phone's working like it's supposed to now. Thank you. Alright, so we got the orcs basically surrounding the last few defenders. And they're pretty much holed up in a tight circle. So we're going to go ahead and go into round 4. We're going to wrap it up and then we'll do the conclusions. The way it's looking, it's probably going to be an orc victory. Alright, so we got end of turn 4, end of game. So overall, what we're looking at is pretty much not a table wipe, but it's pretty much game over. There's only 2 of the battle angels still on the field, and probably a good 40% of my army with orcs and goblins still here. Yeah, there's pretty much no chance for any type of victory. But looks like the orcs and goblins have purged the battlefield of the dreaded shiny boys. So overall, we're going to call it a wrap. But it was an interesting game considering that versus his army versus mine, which I took a lot of cheap troops just to offset the balance numbers. It was literally, I had an army of about 100 figures versus his about 42 figures. It was 42 figures? Okay. So we have 42 figures versus literally 100 figures. With orcs being furious and taking some goblin allies, it really helped out having that extra 1 attack. It was the attack ratio versus the wound ratio that really did in the game. He had a lot of wounds. He had more wounds per guy than I did, but it was just nothing more than the sheer amount of attacks that pretty much got through. The Kruleboyz, being the new brute orcs with shields and scary shields and stickers and everything else, they were doing work all game long. I mean, they really were. With that, plus putting a shaman in the unit with mage fist, giving them rending. Yeah, that was just doing the trick all game long. So I think overall we're going to do some more painting on his figures, and we're going to develop a little bit of a combination that he's got to use. If he gets a good combo going, I think overall the Eternal Wardens will be a lot more effective on the battlefield. It's just in this game, both units really, tell you the truth about mine, with the armies set up and the composition, the way we armed our troops, I think both sides had, majority of their armies had phalanx. And that spear versus spear was really telling its toll. Because he was rolling low, so was I. So we were taking a lot of damage on nothing but the phalanx. Would you agree?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think that was all doing a lot of damage on both sides.
Yeah, too bad we didn't keep track of how many phalanx kills there were.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they were literally doing more damage than everything else on the charge. It was you charge me, you take phalanx damage, I charge you, I take phalanx damage, and it was just back and forth. So overall, we're going to wrap it up, and we will see y'all next time. We may even start doing just a little hint that we do have some Dungeons and Dragons. We're getting into the 5th edition. We're old schoolers, 3.5. About what we played beforehand, considering I had all the books. But with the reduction cost in the D&D books as it is right now, considering our local Walmart is carrying them at roughly $20 off, almost. We went ahead and got some of those books. We're going to be trying out the D&D 5th edition, and we just may put up a session just to see how it goes. Our D&D sessions tend to get a little long, they get a little silly, and they definitely get some raunchiness in there too, so it might have to be a age appropriate kind of video. Who knows? Plus, never fails, it always, the campaign turns dark and evil. So, what can I say? My guys are murder hobos. So, overall, we will wrap this video up. We will see y'all next time. Hopefully it won't be as long in between the videos going forward, but, you know, life has a way. We will see y'all next time.